Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree. This is Balancing Life with Bree, and today I'm doing another grocery video for you guys. So make sure to pause this, get your notepad ready, get your notes app open, and get ready to build your entire recipes for your week with me right now. So one thing that I'm trying to do for these videos is one, keep the groceries under $100, and two, use things that you already have in your home, especially like spices and stuff like that, things that you would typically already have on hand. And then three, using the same types of ingredients throughout the entire meal, so you're not buying a bunch of different things and you can actually like use up everything that you have. So this week actually has a theme. Not only is it under $100, but every single recipe that is in this video is coming from my friend Roy's cookbook. So this is his cookbook right here. I have it open to my first recipe. So I'm gonna give you guys all the ingredients that you guys are gonna need. So let's just get started. Also, if you don't have this book already, make sure to get it. I'll make sure to link it in my Amazon so you guys can just click right into it. But this is an amazing cookbook, and he has all the like calories and then bites or points or anything like that is all in here. This is a really nice cookbook. So let's just go ahead and get into it. The first thing that I'm gonna be making is a tried and true staple in our home, and that is the mac and cheese steak. So what you're gonna need for this recipe is ground beef. I just buy these little ones from Kroger. Onions, if you guys have been watching me for a long time, I get frozen onions. These are the ones that I use. They taste fine. I love them. They're already cut up for me, so onion. A green bell pepper and a red bell pepper. You're gonna cut these up. You can also add mushrooms. I'm not a mushroom girl, so we're not adding mushrooms in ours, but we are adding the bell peppers. You're gonna need some pasta. I use this Barilla Protein Plus pasta. If you do get the cookbook, it will affect calories and points most likely if you use this pasta instead of the pasta recommended, but this is the one that I like the most. So this pasta right here. Some Fritos cheese. The first time I saw this, I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that, but seriously, this stuff, throwing it in and making it that mac and cheese is seriously so good. So you're gonna need a can of Fritos cheese, onion powder, Italian seasoning, and garlic powder. And that is all you're gonna need for this recipe. It is super easy to make. Go ahead and head to Roy's channel after this if you wanna see how to make it, because I guarantee he has a video on it. But this is everything for the first meal of the week. Okay, the next recipe is a Crockpot bacon cheeseburger chili, which sounds seriously so good. I haven't tried this recipe yet, so I will make sure to let you guys know what I think about it, but I guarantee it's gonna be good because all of Roy's recipes are really good. So let's get into what is in this recipe. I did omit some things. I don't like pickles, so I didn't put pickles in here. And then it suggests that you can add jalapenos, which we may or may not do, but I don't have it out in front of me for the ingredients list right now. So let's start with meat first. What you're gonna need is some ground beef. I just use this 93.7. This is the one that I always use, so I have some ground beef right here. And then you're gonna need some bacon. I just got Kroger brand hardwood smoked bacon, just this bacon right here. For veggies, you're gonna need onions, so I'm gonna continue to use this bag of these chopped onions. Like I said, I like to use multiple things throughout the week, so nothing is really going to waste. And a green bell pepper, you're gonna chop that up. For canned goods, you're going to need crushed tomatoes. I got the dark red kidney beans, corn, and diced tomatoes. And then for like condiments that are gonna go in it, you're gonna need some ketchup. Roy recommends the sugar-free ketchup, but we already had regular ketchup on hand, so I'm using regular ketchup, some Worcestershire sauce, yellow mustard, and some garlic. And last but not least will be the spices that you're going to need. You're going to need some chili powder. I'm obviously going to need some more. I need to pick some up. These are only like $1 at my Kroger. Cumin and some garlic powder and onion powder. So again, if you want to see the full recipe, it will most likely be on Roy's channel, but this is a really good start. It is so good. I'll make sure to link all the recipes in the description box because he does have a website as well. So I will try to do that for you guys as well. But here is what I will be having most likely on Tuesday night because it's volleyball night. So Crockpot meals are a lot easier for me on Tuesday, so I don't have to worry about dinner on volleyball night. So this is what we'll be having on Tuesday. Alrighty, so the next recipe we're gonna be having is a Crockpot maple Dijon chicken, which sounds so good. It's another one that I haven't had yet. So we are trying new things this week. So first things first, I got this big pack of chicken. This is gonna be, half of it's gonna be used for this recipe, half of it's gonna be used for another recipe. So I got this big big bad chicken you're gonna need. You're gonna need some brown sugar. You can use like a Swerve or a brown sugar type replacement. I just am using this Kroger light brown sugar because I already have it. But if you wanted to use the Swerve, that is a good option, and it tastes pretty much just the same. I've had it before. Garlic, salt and pepper, oregano and rosemary, cornstarch, Dijon mustard, and some maple syrup. Roy recommends the sugar-free maple syrup, but again, I just bought this at Kroger today because I wanted the regular maple syrup. You can mix and match on these recipes, just so you guys know, if you want like a little bit healthier using like a sugar-free syrup, or you can use regular, it doesn't really matter. And then some apple cider vinegar. So this is a Crockpot recipe as well, so it's pretty much like a dump and go type recipe. And then I bought some of these Bob Evans mashed potatoes to put this chicken over. I think that would be really good as a side. You can do some carrots. You could probably throw carrots into the Crockpot and have those like really soft carrots if you wanted to as well. So this is going to be the thing that we will be eating on Wednesday, most likely, because we have training with Rex on Wednesday, so it's easier to do it another like Crockpot type recipe on the nights that we have a lot of stuff to do. So this will probably be our dinner on Wednesday, and let's get to our last dinner on Thursday. I don't plan dinners for Fridays just because Scott has softball and we typically go out to eat on Fridays, so we don't really plan that, and we're kind of like scavengers on the weekends. It's I don't really know, but this is the meal that we're gonna be eating on Wednesday. Let's get into Thursday, and then I can go over some snacks as well. It's pretty much the same snacks as last week if you watched, but we could still go over some snack options. The last recipe that I'm gonna be planning to eat this week is chicken pot pie casserole, which again, I haven't tried any of these yet, except the mac and cheese steak. I've tried the mac and cheese steak and I've eaten it many times, but this one I was like flipping through and I was like, this one sounds really good. So what you're gonna need for this one is chicken. Again, I'm gonna use the other half of this big pack of chicken for this recipe. It may give me a little less chicken, but it was better than buying 2 things of chicken. 2 things of chicken was like crazy expensive, so I was not about to buy that. Some shredded potatoes, so some like hash browns. You're gonna need some cheese. I get the reduced fat sharp cheddar. This is from Kroger. You're gonna need some veggies. So this calls for carrots, green beans, peas, and corn. And this frozen vegetable mixed veggies had it all. So I went ahead and just bought this so I can just pour this bag in. And this is gonna account for all the veggies in the recipe, except onion, which again, I'm gonna use this frozen onion. This is gonna get probably used up this week because we love onions, so I'm probably gonna add a lot of extra to all of the recipes. So yeah. And then you're gonna need some cream of chicken. This is the 98% fat-free cream of chicken, Dijon mustard, garlic. And then for spices, nothing too crazy. You're gonna need some black pepper, some salt, some onion powder, and some garlic powder. And last but not least, you're gonna need some thyme. And I just have a little bit of this left, so I'm probably gonna need to get some the next time I go to the store. But these are all the ingredients that you're going to need to make this recipe if you are interested in making it along with me this week. And let's get into some snacks that I'm gonna be eating this week, and then let's wrap this video up. Last but not least is snacks. This is not crazy at all this week. I don't have anything new and fascinating, but things that I'm gonna be personally snacking on this week are some pretzel slims. These I got from Aldi. So pretzel slims, these little Jello cups. Scott and I really like these. We've also had the Sour Patch Kid ones. Scott really likes those, but I just like the plain normal orange Jello. So regular Jello, these little snack pack pudding cups. These are really easy just to take on the go or eat really, really quickly. Eat them like for lunch and stuff like that. So got some pudding. As you guys know, my favorite forever are these Chobani flips. This is the perfect peach cobbler. I got a couple of these and then a couple of the coconut caramel crunch ones. I think that's what they're called. That's what I'm gonna be eating for the majority of my snacks. I bought 5 of these for the week. And then I also bought some fruit and grain bars from Kroger, the blueberry flavor. Scott likes the cinnamon apple, but I needed a different flavor this week. So I picked up the blueberry. Again, all of this stuff was under $100 and it should feed your family for a whole week, especially like leftovers. If you have a leftover night, you should be 10 out of 10, would recommend, good to go. Also, again, I got every single recipe out of this from Recipe with Roy's Cookbook. It's Roy's Cookbook. I will have it linked in the description box. There's over 180 recipes and he's lost over 125 pounds. So these are the recipes that he made himself. This is not, He's like literally did all of this by himself. It's crazy. So this is his cute little cookbook. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate it. I hope I helped you and your family this week coming up with a grocery list, because the #1 question, what do you want for dinner, is always like the worst question. So I hope I was able to help ease that a little bit for you guys. Comment down below what you're eating this week and I might try to eat it next week. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.